Hey everyone, 501. Happy last check-in. Hope you're all doing well. Big week this week in this class. Probably some of your other classes going on too. Finishing stuff up, pretty exciting. Started getting some papers in, different stuff going on. Got finished grading the quizzes. They were awesome for the most part. Nice job on all of that. Let's see. So some last notes on the class here. I wanted to go over just some quick logistics. All right, so final papers are due tonight. So if you're just starting your interview, you are in bad shape. I really hope that's not happening for anyone. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully you would have reached out to me by now, but I have faith that by 11:59 p.m. tonight, that you will all have your papers handed in, and I hope that it was a good experience for everyone involved. I certainly am looking forward to reading them. I will have them graded by this weekend because I have to, because final grades for this class are due on Sunday, so you'll get those posted probably Sunday to Monday. So, yeah, like I said, quizzes are all graded. Check out Gradebook. Everything is in there. Final test for the class is due by February 26th, which is Tuesday the 23rd, 24th, 25th. Friday night, 11:59 p.m. Have to have your final test done, so make sure you've done that. I know the due dates are a little bit wacky this week compared to previous weeks. It's because it's that crunch and because I need actually more than 24 hours to grade all this stuff. Because I want to be able to read and appreciate everything that you guys have put down. So that's that. Discussion board also has an off due date this week. It is due on February 25th, which is Thursday, 11:59 p.m. So all that stuff in. So tonight paper, Thursday discussion board, Friday test, Sunday my due date to have everything graded and in, and then you shall all be free from 501 and onward to 502. So, yeah, let's see, some last sort of thoughts and notes for the class. I really hope that you guys have all enjoyed the process of doing your final projects and your papers. And posting your videos. Those are in the same forum as the discussions. So down at the very bottom, there's one that's post your discussion, your final piece of your project. So really excited to see that piece. Normally in an in-person on-ground class, what I would do would be to have everyone sort of sit in a circle process, talk about how the ASQ went and the interview was for everyone, what that was like for them personally. So we don't get that, but what we do get is your video. So it's pretty cool. I look forward to seeing those and matching those up with your written piece. So that make sure you have that in. But yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed the process. It's this sort of like biopsychosocial interview assessment, moving towards a little piece of treatment planning is kind of the groundwork mainstay of a lot of what we do in the social work field. Certainly the field, the specific field that I work in dealing with Medicaid populations, this is a lot of what we do, okay? So folks will come in, they will do an intake, which looks like a lot like the biopsychosocial that you did, except it has some more specific questions and they have to knock through it. But we'll do that. Then we'll do a clinical summary matchup with a clinical diagnosis, which comes from the DSM. The DSM-5. We used to utilize the DSM-4, which I'm sure you'll be learning about in other classes. So we, through our assessment process, clinical summary, come up with a diagnosis. Then we utilize the summary, the behavioral analysis, and the clinical diagnosis to then meet with the family to sit together and develop a treatment plan as to how we can support these folks utilizing our clinical belief system of a family systems approach, right? And we use a value system as well, that the family is always the expert in their own well-being. So we utilize that and then move forward with providing services to help families, and hopefully some folks benefit from it. I always try to think that if if we helped out a couple hundred people out of the thousands and thousands that we see, and then did some good, leaving this world a little bit better than we found it. That's kind of the aim. And doing the biopsychosocial and breaking it down into the different elements and then bringing it back together cohesively to come up with that treatment plan. That's sort of the sort of skeleton of the process that we utilize in our sort of social work medical model that we go by. So that's how this assignment and everything connects with the real world. Some of you will be probably doing some of that in the near future. So hopefully, once you get there, you graduate, you get your jobs working in Medicaid. When I say Medicaid, by the way, I mean behavioral health, which means money that comes from the federal government is filtered through state money through what are called in Arizona behavioral health REBAs. They're called regional behavioral health HMOs. Every state does it differently. Some of you in other states would work directly for the state if you're doing Medicaid. But Medicaid federally is the probably largest, well, definitely the largest funding entity for all things that we consider direct practice social work. So there's that. And I hope that in the process of doing your papers, you've kind of seen how that sort of analysis and bringing in all the developmental stuff and seeing where a kid's at and how the kid relates to his family and where he's at biologically and psychologically and socially, and how the family copes and how the family, what the dyadic interactions look like within the family, how all that comes together to sort of paint that picture of what interventions could possibly be of help to these folks, to help them function better, to help this kid develop, to help this kid or family or whomever your focus client is, to help these folks function. I hope that you're seeing how that all relates. I love this work. I will just level with you. It is an absolute honor to be able to sit and talk with people and help them, for them to allow us to reflect with them and sort of maybe point out some things or provide some services here or there, do a little bit of counseling here, some behavior coaching, or make some recommendations for some of these kids who are lost, kids who may be in state custody, helping them, helping foster parents who are unbelievably giving people, helping everyone to just sort of redirect their efforts a little bit, normalize things a bit. It's an absolute honor to do the work, and I love it. I never really wanted to be anything other than a social worker and do this type of work. I didn't know what it was called at first. I think at one point I was like, oh, I want to be a psychologist because I thought that was this. But this is it. I love it. It's an honor. I sleep well at night. I hope that some of you are starting to see how this all relates and are starting to get inspired for this work as well. Because if I can help open those windows for you guys, then that's the best thing that I could ask for. Other than doing the work myself, having others join in on it is kind of the next best thing. So thank you all for again the honor of being in this with you and helping facilitate this class. I hope that it's been worthwhile for you all. I know it was a lot of reading. I know that it was a lot of stuff packed into a short semester. But I if I'm any good at gauging things, I think that some of you dove in pretty well and enjoyed some of the interaction. I loved some of the interactions. It's a really positive class. A lot of really good hearts, good folks in this class, and I really appreciate that. Definitely some good understanding, and folks who are going to go on to do really, really good things. So, thank you all. Take care. Best of luck on your final. Contact me anytime, even after class is over. If you have any questions about working in the field, any professional advice needed, any references, anything along those lines, I'm available. That's what I do. I'm here to help you guys. So happy Tuesday. Happy rest of the week. Thanks again. Take care, everyone.